Hey! Welcome to Jason as a Social Scientist. I'm clean as a whistle. Shower number 285. All aboard. Alright. Dang it to heck. Welcome to Jason as a Social Scientist. Sarah Wild, Kelsey Moore, hello. Hey, Brooke Reyes, hello. All right. Oh. Time to get naked. Let's see. Gotta make sure the lowest camera angle. Alright, we're still good. Dang it, I think I lowered the camera angle a little bit, but I think we're still good. Hey, E. Daniel. Jeff Rosen. Sarah Wild. Dang it. Thanks for your support, Jeff. Hey, Renee and Mitch. Alright, time to get naked. You're kidding, Sarah. Wow. Well, somebody suggested it to me, so it wasn't my idea originally. Someone who watches the show. So there's a percentage of people. Dang it to heck. Feeding baby Kevin. Very nice. Yeah, hey, April Rosier. Thank you for your support. Look at my tongue's blue. I found one more pixie stick. Not a pixie stick, Lick-a-stick. Fun dip. Courtney McCluskey, hello. I know, I believe you. Oh, it's time to get naked though. I'm clean as a whistle. Come blow me. All right. Hey, Colin Baker. Hey. I was thinking I should get a separate stream for Pornhub for the lower half. Oh, yeah, I like that. We could do a messenger group, something like that. Thank you. People sent me the rubber duckies. There's Franken Ducky and Squawk, which is like Spock, but Squawk. Thank you, Trista. Hey. It has gotten long, hasn't it, Courtney? Holy mackerel. Revolver veg on the red. Mitch is having a stressful night. Oh, we love you, Mitch. Well, seeing me wet should, I don't know, it's stress relieving, I hear. Alright, alright, alright. So what's everybody up to? It's been a while since I showered. I don't know. I'm doing my best here, I guess. I'm in the shower now, so there's that. Rinse and repeat. People are so quiet tonight. Mean Girls. I haven't seen that for, I don't know, probably 20 years. So I don't know. Something like that's probably true. Right back at you, Chris Hahn. Thank you. Hey Nipper, you're getting new to glasses? That's good. I don't know, you really have to shower for an eye doctor appointment? Maybe just watch your face. I'm just kidding. Oh, I understand. Hey Nina. Alright, time to condition. Hey, Seth McBride. I'm clean as a whistle. Come blow me. Hey, to Carol A. Alright, alright, alright. I'm clean as a whistle. How is everyone? Davina Connor, did you start your road trip? Oh, say hi to Deirdre for me. I know you guys are eating dinner, but I don't think you'd hit the road yet. I was spying on you on Facebook. No. But hey, at least I wasn't like kicking in on you in the shower. That would be weird. I just saw what you had for dinner. Some spaghetti and some garlic bread. It looked good. Oh, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. I'm happy for you guys. Okay, it's like a conference, right? You guys are driving to? Drunken Stinking Monday. Well, hello. Me too. Me too. One of these days we'll have to meet. I've never been to a conference or anything like that. Well, I don't know, I want to do that someday. And hopefully we'll be able to go to one together. It would be, I don't know, if I do go one, it'd be nice to see some familiar faces. Alright, time to lather. Would you rather lather with Dan Rather or your friendly social scientist? I don't know if Deirdre said she would take a shower with me or not, though. I think she would. I think she would. Deirdre seems down for just about anything. Oh, she's so much fun. I'm jealous. I'm jealous you get to hang out with her. I'm jealous of her, too. She gets to hang out with you. I haven't had a guest in the shower for, I don't know, probably, this is shower 285, probably like 270 showers. I don't know exactly. Way overdue. Lather time, it is there. Come lather me up. I can't reach. There's some parts I can't reach. That was in the early days. But I'm not against it. I would have a guest in the shower again. Tina's gonna shower too. I always like to phrase it as I want to shower. Or whether I should, or I have to, or I need to. In the group that I'm in right now, in the part I go to group therapy, 6 hours a day. Monday through Friday right now, and yeah, they tell you not to shit all over yourself. That's exactly what this show is all about, Natasha. He says when you're depressed, even taking a shower is challenging. You know, like when I decided I wanted to do a daytime show too, because I didn't want to wait 22 hours or however long it was to see you guys again. I wanted to have a, I thought, what else is interesting about me other than the fact that I take this pill every day? And I thought about it for not very long, and mental health popped right into my head. Like a mental illness. And at the time I was still working, and I'm a registered nurse. I worked for 13 years on an inpatient psychiatric unit. So I'm a mental health professional. I was board certified in psychiatry, but I'm also a patient. I've had now 6 of my own psychiatric hospitalizations, and for me at least, if I haven't showered in 7 days, there's a really good chance I'm depressed. So for me, not showering is depression. Not checking the mail, not going out with friends, not going to work. 40,000 unread emails and a full voicemail box. It's a series of disappointments and disappointments. And rather than beating up on myself for all the shit that I'm not doing, I picked one small achievable goal that I can do. And for me that goal is to shower. Oh, Natasha, I don't know how to help you with that. Like that's like I wish there's no good advice. But that's what started when my mom died in 2007. It feels like I've been on a downward spiral ever since. I don't know. For me, it was having kids. Like when Jack was born, it gave me a reason to live again. And fill that hole in the death that my mom left. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Daniel Clark. He said he was going to be a guest in the shower. Like that. One of these days. One of these days.
I'm clean as a whistle.
All right, I'm clean as a whistle. Come blow me. No, I don't think I have OCD. That would be. I think OCD really has to like impair your functioning. I have a routine when showering, but let's see. Oh, I think all you can do is just like keep not get frustrated with her, Natasha, and like just keep being there, but don't prod her. Like I'm just saying, like this is what I can tell you what wasn't helpful. Like my wife would always she would she would try to get me to go for a walk all the time. And that's all she'd ever ask me to do, and I would like literally say, ask me to do anything else, and like it was almost like it was like a passive aggressive thing. Go for a walk with me. And I was like, I literally got to the point I was like, I'm never gonna go on a fucking walk ever again in my life. And so like, don't try to force her into doing anything, I would say. But like, just keep being there and like making yourself available. Maybe like do sweet things like bring her food or make like do things that like she wouldn't do for herself because she's so depressed. I don't know. And if she says back off, I guess too. But like keep checking in. That's my best advice. I don't usually give advice, but I can tell you what worked best for what didn't work for me. And sometimes you just gotta do something to numb the pain. Sometimes the pain is just, I don't know. For me, it was like, that's when I slipped into a really serious opiate addiction. That lasted until 2010 when my son was born, and I knew I couldn't, like be passed out with a needle in my arm and be a good dad, so. I just had a really passive death wish. I just always, after my mom died, I would just say, I wish I was dead, 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 I wish I was dead. It was like really bad. What's that, Daniel Clark? I think one of your comments didn't show up, Melissa. All I see is the word addiction. I'm not a big fan of that word. I prefer the word dependence. Addiction really, to me, it's like, I don't know, it has a lot of negative connotation. Like, it's a stigmatized word. It doesn't really mean anything. Like, dependence, like, there's physical dependence, which some drugs cause, like, very specifically. And then there's psychological dependence. And, like, you can become psychologically dependent on lots of things. For me, so I had the physical dependence to opiates, and I reached out for help because I knew like withdrawal is like one of the most painful things. But like once my son was born, or like even before he was born, once like he was going to be born, it took away the psychological dependence. Like I didn't want to numb myself anymore. But I still had the physical dependence, and so I did a year of Suboxone, and that was really helpful for me. Like, it worked like a 3-day waiting period on a firearm, right? Like, because Suboxone makes it so you can't get high on other opiates. Like, you have to wait 3 days before, like, other drugs will work, and so. Like you have to really plan out your relapse. You can't just like impulsively relapse. You have to like, all right, I'm gonna wait 3 days now. I'm gonna stop taking this medication. Wait 3 days, and then I'm gonna relapse. And like by that, like you can decide, not to do it at that point. And Suboxone doesn't like if you have a serious opiate addiction, Suboxone doesn't get you high. Like it make you sleepy at first, like, but then after that, like after like a few weeks, the sleepiness goes away, and it's like for me, it was like taking a placebo. And after a year of taking it, I would forget to take it, and I knew after that long, I knew if I could go without a week without it, I didn't need to be taking it at all. Oh no, no apologies necessary, Melissa. And I might have used the word addiction. I didn't mean to. I wasn't admonishing you. I just like to make the distinction. Good job. Hey, that's awesome, Larry. 1 year, 8 months. That's really awesome. Never, Lisa, never. I've never, what's the word? Broken community standards. The camera always went where it was meant to. camera. Always classy. I could remember who suggested that I do this. Thank you. I love you too, Daniel. It's a very nice camera. My hair keeps dripping on my ass, and my ass keeps getting wet. Dang it, the heck. It's about enjoying the experience, Nina. It's especially fun when you're tripping. I don't know, the blower dryer just feels so amazing. Alright, alright. Now, feast your eyes as I moisturize. I can't stop. I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm doing pretty well, Jessica. I'm clean as a whistle. Alright, alright. Feast your eyes as I moisturize. I think, I'm sure it's annoyed her before, Melissa. Although her baths take forever sometimes. I guess I call it our hair dryer.
Clean as a whistle.
Thank you, Jessica. I hope you're doing well. Oh shoot. How's that? McNamee? Is it McNamee? God dang it. Oh, Tamara, I wish. Hey, Eric Taylor. You're gonna have to come do it for me. Nina. Eric Taylor, thank you for your support, man. Oh, I love you, Tamara. Spell it out phonetically for me. I'm gonna remember it one of these days. Dang it, the heck. McNamee is probably how I was saying it before. It was, wasn't it? McNamee? Is it McNamee? Damn it. Thank you, Teresita. It's a big old jar of it. It makes great lube. And, you know, I always hated the taste of coconut, but, you know, it's an acquired taste apparently, because now I kind of like it. McNamee. McNamee. McNamee, not McNamee. Not McNamee, McNamee. I just saw this live video of this guy. His vape blew up in his face. You know, he was like fresh out of the hospital. Like they had to like stitch his nose back together here and here. It was like he had this like. And he showed the vape battery that like blew up. Oh my! It was really. He's lucky to be alive. He had like some 800 people watching him explain about. It was crazy. I should have shared the video. I don't know. It was. I don't know. It was like, I don't know. I'm clean as a whistle. Now I just need to be polished. Dang it to heck. I should wear my rainbow see-through underwear. Somebody sent me these too. Me naughty never. I've got some good pictures of me in them. Yeah, take them at the right light. They're I don't know. I like the look of them. All right. Now we got to meet and exceed community standards here. Hey, Justin. Oh. I'm not too interested in how I comport myself. I am, and I guess, like, I always want to be respectful of other people. In that sense, I want to comport myself well. But, I don't know, conventional standards of decency. I like to flout conventional standards of decency and comport myself in a manner that many people would. What's the word? Hey, Shelby. Oh, comfort. Oh, never mind. So pretty soon I'm going to stop this show and start a new show. I got my face. So that spot on my nose seems to be gone. Doesn't get. I got flaky. And I peeled it off, and then it was like sore, like a red sore there. Like it felt like it peeled off the skin from a pimple or something after I picked at it or something. And then it grew back flaky again. I wonder if it was like, I don't know how to pronounce it, seborrheic dermatitis. That's what I had on my scrotum and then the base of my penis. Like, for like 6 months, they thought it was a fungal infection. Like, my primary care, my infectious disease doctor, and did all these different treatments, like oral and topical treatments to treat it as a fungus. And like people with HIV, I guess, just like seborrheic dermatitis is another word for like dandruff, basically. I think I had dandruff on my nose. Oh, I didn't wear those underwear. Maybe someday. Maybe the next time I trip and do a shower. You can talk me into it. The next one will be By Mouth Daily, pill number 1041. I certainly hope it's not cancer. I think it's more likely like I don't know. Like I said, people with HIV get skin issues. There's like persistent immune dysfunction too, and I'm pretty sure I have a hypothesis that it's because of both persistent immune dysfunction, like being susceptible to things like yeast and fungal infections and like herpes and things like that, where like either you catch it a lot more easily, or if you do catch it, it's more severe. Even when, by other tests, a person with HIV, their immune system is healthy, there's still like some residual dysfunction, and and there's like perpetual inflammation throughout the body too, and I think it's related to innate lymphoid cells. They didn't even know they existed until like 2015, and then I don't know, in the paper that I was like reading about them, like one of the doctors says like I don't know how we missed them, like they were just sitting there the whole time, and they work like other white blood cells, like the blood cells that they monitor for HIV to see if your immune system is healthy are called CD4 cells, and they have a type of white blood cell that they have helper cells that like identify an infection and tell them how they should like it tells the body how to grow white blood cells that'll attack that specific infection. But the innate lymphoid cells, the ones that they only recently discovered, work like white blood cells. They go and attack invading cells, but instead of having helper cells and having to wait to be taught how to attack a certain infection, they come pre-programmed. They're innate. They have innate ability to fight specific infections, things that we run into all the time, things like yeast and herpes and funguses. And it's also, innate lymphoid cells are also important in skin healing skin healing is another important part of what they do. And after discovering that, I read in a different article, like that after discovering that innate lymphoid cells exist, within the first 3 weeks of infection, when you first contract HIV, all the innate lymphoid cells are eradicated. They're completely destroyed, and then they never come back. So unless you start treatment, like right after you contract it, all those innate lymphoid cells are gone. And if they're important in skin healing, that would make sense for like the skin issues and also the persistent immune dysfunction. Like they're kind of like the other white blood cells need to be programmed, and they are not quite ready. They can mount a good defense, but they have to, it takes time to like identify the infection and fight it. Whereas, the innate lymphoid cells sort of act as like a bodyguard and at the front door and don't let the riffraff in the first place. So, I don't know. That's not good, Mary Lee. Hopefully they keep an eye on that. I think I got some coconut oil on my face, residual. Eosinophils, yes, I've heard of those. I learned about them in either A&P or nursing school. This is the I'm clean as a whistle shirt that someone sent me. I don't know if I should just stop this one, or should I sing and stop it and then start a new one? It soaks in pretty well for me. It doesn't stain either. Yeah, I think I'm okay, Jeanette. Thank you for your support. I'm hanging in there. No, I don't think I'm gonna sing tonight. Where did where hairbrush went to? Yeah, I don't think you should. I don't think coconut oil is the healthiest to eat, but it does wonders for the skin. Right back at you, camera. Usually. Yeah, I really like the coconut oil. I love you too, Jeanette. I'm gonna go get a hairbrush. Hey, Jared. Kyle Steve Smith. Long time no see, my friend. How are you? I'm not sure. Do you have lupus, Mary Lee? Ooh. Sorry to hear that, Jared. It sounds painful. I start back to my group therapy tomorrow. I always find that a little stressful. 'Cause I get sick when I go there because I get so anxious being around people. I take nausea medication beforehand. Oh, thank you, Tamara. My wife has told me she hates my hair so many times. Like I get self-conscious even brushing my hair around her. Oh, thank you, Tamara. Alright, I think it's about as brushed as it's gonna get. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Jared. Thank you, Tamara. Who knows, Nina? I don't know, I think she just wants me to, I don't know, look like how I used to 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever. Hello, CWS Productions, hello. Yeah, I can show you a picture. See it? See the resemblance? Hey, Raylene. It's just not me right now. Thanks, Nina. You do help, Jeanette. You all help me. I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for all of you. I am still in a lot of emotional pain, and I really do struggle. But I don't know. I didn't think I could go on. I thought my life was over. It still feels that way sometimes, but I don't know. Getting up and doing this, I don't know, gives me a reason to keep breathing. Thanks, Mama G. Hey, Bodil. I didn't see your answer, Mary Lee. Thanks, Tamara. Yeah, Gabino, Mario's been there. It's just really tiny on the He-Man masks are here. And they're closer to the camera, so they stand out, but if you look closely you can see Mario, Iron Man, and Jason. Yeah, I can show you a couple. I have a couple of my paintings right here. This is from August 19th, 2017. It's called Petunia. Petunia number 7. Here's Petunia number 6. They're signed in blood, my blood. I want people to look at my paintings and think, is that a biohazard? Is that art? Is it both? And 284 is I painted all my paintings live, so that was the pill. I think that's either the pill it was painted on or the pill that it was signed on. So tonight will be pill 1041. So it's been a while since I painted. I use spray paint and styrofoam. The sign part, the words are blood. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. And oh, right? I like the textures for sure. Like the styrofoam melts, spray paint melts the styrofoam, so it's like gets goopy and bubbly. If you depend on how much spray paint you put on the styrofoam, like it can stay kind of in the same shape. Yeah, but still it freaks people out. Blood, art is in general, is supposed to create an emotional response, right? Like, ideally, not always, but art can do whatever the artist wants it to do. But like usually people want, an artist wants the person to feel something. And blood, for most people, it causes like a instinctual feeling, right? Even the color red, but especially the sight of blood, like, makes some people just pass out. Everybody feels something. And so, I think using blood like instantly makes people feel something. And then the blood of someone who's living with HIV, that's even more like. And then there's just so much stigma attached to it. Like that's what's you should be afraid of. Like you don't have to be afraid of a person with HIV, but their blood, that's what you have to be afraid of. And especially in the days of U equals U, I think somebody's undetectable. Like the studies weren't done about handling paintings of someone who was undetectable. But anyway, definitely, blood that's years old and, technically, something is a biohazard in the hospital, like if it's dripping. It doesn't matter if, you always treat everybody's blood the same, universal precautions, or like infection control, just a person's blood, but other bodily fluids and whatnot. And if a sheet, say, has blood on it, if somebody, you do a needle stick and blood gets on the sheet, that's not a biohazard. It has to be, but if blood is dripping, if you pick up the sheet and blood is dripping off of it, that's a biohazard. Otherwise, it just goes in normal laundry. And especially, after it's dried, it's not a biohazard anymore. But just the idea of, should I be afraid of this art is, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I think... when I tell somebody I'm living with HIV and that my blood is on there, even the words still are on there. U equals U, and it prompts a conversation. So this work of art not only maybe might give somebody squeamish feelings, but that squeamish feelings could turn into a discussion about U equals U and what that means. She's complaining about that a lot lately, Nina. Antiphospholipid syndrome. Not something I've. Is that what like? Was that like Lorenzo's oil was about? I don't know though. That would just be a guess. I mean the prints, like we bought those together, and you know like she, yeah, I don't know. So she signed on for those. I don't know. The sewing machine's hers. I don't know. She picked all the landscaping and the. She picked a lot of the furniture. I don't know. Yeah, but she gets mad at me because of this table right here. She wants this table gone. She like complains about the walls, even though, like, I don't know, whatever. She's just being really unreasonable right now. So the question is topical and. She's like embarrassed of the house, I guess. I don't know. She makes me so mad sometimes. I don't know. Like this table is an important part of the set. It's like the middle of the set. It's just like, I don't know. So we're headlocked over about that. I'll tell her, Tamara. I don't know. She doesn't want to have people over, she says, and whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't want to talk about it. It's just difficult to talk about. It's really, I don't know, it's emotional for me. I sort of brought my kids on board with I told them this weekend, like, Mama wants me to take down some of the set. Because if she keeps pressing me, you guys have to help me. Jack was like, yeah, Dad, that's like your craft. And I was like, thank you, Jack, thank you. She's like, no, Mama can't do that. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, you don't have to say anything now, but later on, if I need you. Right, Nina? She just isn't, she's embarrassed of my long hair. She's embarrassed. She thinks the house is she thinks the show is stupid and crazy, and she thinks my hair makes me look like a crazy person. I don't know. Whatever. I'm okay, Richard. How are you? Thank you, Mary Lee. I don't know. I wish she could see some value in it. I do. Like, she just sees it as nuisance isn't a strong enough word. She sees it as an impediment on her life. And an embarrassment. Like, she thinks they share too much on the show. It's not just though, it's my wife. Not those people, it's just my wife. I don't know. Communication is difficult. Hey, April. I know, and she's stuck in being embarrassed. She's like, I think she would rather, I not tell anyone that I had HIV and just like pretend it didn't happen, and I don't know. Yeah, it sure can be hard, Richard. Cavino, see, similar thing. I don't know. Like, most of the stuff on the show, like, is up on top of the cupboards. This table is what she really hates. And the ramp, like, she doesn't like that being in the kitchen. I don't know. But her shit is everywhere, like, too. Like, I don't know. Like, oh my God. Oh, thank you, Nick Anthony. Tamara, I tried to compromise. I like, because like what she's been complaining about for quite a while now is like, I can't have my kitchen, like, because I would do the show. I'd film the show from on top of the cupboards up there, and it would be 4 hours a night, and she, like, she couldn't come out to get food without being on camera, and so. After Pill 1000, I cut back and doing the show just off in the corner, so she's not, like, she can come into the kitchen, not be on camera, like, it doesn't take up the whole living space. And I do that 5 days a week, and only when she's gone do I go on top in the kitchen. And so, like, that was like a huge change, right? And like, and what she'd been asking for so long, and like, when then I did that, and then she's like pressing to get rid of this table, and I'm like, I just compromised a lot, like, and she's like, oh, I get to use my kitchen. She's like pretending to like jump for joy, like, oh, it's so great, I get to use my kitchen. And I'm like, well, that's what you wanted, right? And just like, it didn't make one bit of difference. Long time ago, she was, I think, had sex on camera in a group. I don't know, and she just, like, I don't know, the tone of it too is just mocking, and I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, I can just feel how much she doesn't like it. Hey, Devante, I'm just bitching. Richard, I don't think she doesn't. I don't think she sees the show as, it doesn't make any money, or makes very little money. I have a few supporters that pay $4.99 a month, but no, it doesn't make it like an income really, and so it's not important, I don't think. And whenever I talk about the show, she just points out all the things that it's negative about it, like what I should be doing
to get a bigger audience on YouTube, or what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. If I cut my hair, I would look better and more people would watch. Or she, like the 420 alarm, she's like that drives people away, and makes it so makes it for like have a niche audience, right? They won't appeal to a wide. She just wants me to appeal to a wider. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sell out to like not be who I am to get more viewers. Like, it's whatever. I don't know. And it's not even true, you know, like. People, you know, some people like my hair. Some people like my beard just because she doesn't. Whatever. It's really frustrating. You know, and I don't know how many times I've told her, like, I've asked her explicitly, do not ask me to cut my hair again. Like, it really bothers me when you ask me to. And she just keeps doing it. Yeah, and like destigmatizing substance use is an important part of what about the show, and it's an important voice. Like, there's a they're having a conference where they're people with HIV will be going to Washington. Like, it's a big, I don't know, big like meet with representatives, and they do it every year, I guess. And they have scholarships for people, and you know, if you're living with HIV and an advocate. You put in an application and you get a letter of recommendation from your local advocacy groups or whatever. I'm going to try to do that. But one of the things that they they give priority to, you know, people with HIV that and that use drugs, because they realize that's an important voice too. Like, they're like people are trans. I think like all these like subgroups of people with HIV that are underrepresented and need to be represented. I don't know, women and trans people of color, and I don't know, she just doesn't get it. She thinks it's all, I'm just some stupid hippie that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Steph. Yeah, she lives here. It can work both ways, Devante, but I think it tends to work more to help get things off my chest. Thank you, Rose. She's at work. I love hippies too. Who cares? I am a stupid hippie. That's fine. I think there's this one mom who doesn't want our kids, like, she used to live down the street, and she's told her son that and she says it's because, and I don't know, maybe it's true, that, you know, Jack and Alex are 1 year and 2 years younger than this kid, and so she was always weird about him, but he, you know, like, he was like one of the only other kids in the neighborhood, and I don't know, like, take him to a movie and the pool, and anyway, like, he's come over for dinner lots of times. But she says it's like, she's told him it's stupid. He's stupid for wanting to be Jack's friend, and that, like, last time they had a play date together, she said that he had to have 3 play dates with 3 other different kids before he could have a play date again with Jack. and Alex, and Laura is convinced that it's because of either how I look or the show, and I don't know, maybe it could be that. I don't know. But, you know, like, what does she want me to do about it? You know, like, she wants me to be somebody that I'm not, I guess. And, like, it probably is true. Like, probably the kids will run into somebody that will give them a hard time because their dad has HIV. No, she doesn't watch. She couldn't care less. Well, I'm not gonna like, you know, I'll let them play as, you know, I'm not gonna stop Jack from playing with them as much as she'll allow, but it makes me mad though, especially when she told her kid it was stupid to be want to be friends with my kid. That, like, I don't know, and we've been good, you know, like, we've been good to Xavier. I don't know, it just, like, really sucks. And the kid also, like, I thought it was gonna be a moot point, but I guess they made up. But they were on a phone call, and the kid said that he wouldn't be friends with Jack anymore because Jack is an atheist, and he hung up on him because he got so mad at him. Jack was an atheist. I remember that as a kid too. I was like, I didn't, not even my parents were atheists, and my dad especially would get really mad at me, and I had no friends that were atheists. I was like, I don't know, I was the only one around, and I just remember other kids like just being like ridiculous about, I don't know. Thank you, Kyle Steve Smith. It's really good to see you again. I'll try not to, Rick. Thanks, Aunt Johnson. Oh, shucks. Now you make me feel self-conscious about them. Do I have to believe in fairies? Yeah, I don't know, Devontae. Me too, Kyle. Although I do believe in the flying spaghetti monster. How is the new job treating you? Thanks, Aunt. I always would have, like, before I was growing these big long beards, I'd be on like every 3-week shaving schedule. Well, I think I'm gonna stop this show, and I'll start the other one soon. Like, give me a half an hour or something, and I'll come on for another half an hour. All right, I love you all. Mwah. Thanks for letting me vent. Thanks for being so supportive. I really appreciate all of you. ramen for real. Mwah. I like the big beard.